I experienced an accident when I was 18 years old. And so I'm originally from Okoboji and was up there visiting some friends and had a diving accident where I was 150 feet out on a dock and dove in to retrieve a hat that had blown off my head, and it ended up being 18 inches deep.
I hit a speed bump and then a giant pothole right at the end of my master's program.
I am quadriplegic, bedridden, ventilator, dependent, cannot move my arms and legs, so I have to depend on others to take care of me.
But I was diagnosed with relapsing and remitting MS, which is one of 3 forms. Symptoms come and go. One way to describe it would be like a garden hose with holes getting poked in it.
He has a very rare disability. It's called Neuhauser's. We've been told he's one of 26 people in the world. He was 3. We were able to get on Medicaid, and it totally changed our life. He needs personal care. He essentially needs help with most things he does. In the mornings, getting him up, getting him dressed, bathing him, shaving, all of those things. He needs 2 feedings. And then the rest of it is just literally hanging out with him, and he's a fun guy to hang out with.
He was 7 weeks premature, and so he was 3 weeks old before we were told that he had Down syndrome. He received services through Medicaid's Intellectual Disability Medicaid Waiver Program, and the specific services are supported community living, supported employment, transportation, respite services for the family, and we have an emergency response system that's in the home.
I'm on the health and disability waiver. My brother's on the intellectual disability waiver. Everything from transportation to full mobility, dressing, bathing, hygiene, transferring, just up and down, absolutely everything.
A person is a person and their disability is secondary. So every person is an individual with individualized needs, and I think sometimes the way the government or the insurance is more of a blanket. This will be good for your kind of disability, but then there are people that have all kinds of different types of disability. Robbie has a physical disability, included with a mental, slight mental disability, included with diabetes, type 1, juvenile diabetic. So a lot of those things, the services are not really assigned to one thing or another. So there has to be more of a mixed opportunity for options.
And we need them to have the peace of mind that when we're no longer, or even if we're just absent for a short period of time, that he's going to be happy, well, and be able to still participate in his activities. So they're critical.
Biggest worry right now is I've really fought and worked really hard for Aaron to be included in community, and I want to make sure this works. I know I'm not going to be here forever. In order for it to happen, we have to make sure that home and community-based services fulfill the promise. People can live as independently as they can in the community, and I've had glimpses of that working well, and I've also had the days when you hit those brick walls and you worry, is this system really going to hold up, and is this really going to work? I view Aaron at high risk to be institutionalized, and I don't want to see that happen.
A terrible reality of disability is that it can happen to anyone at any point in time. And so put yourself in the situation where suddenly you no longer have control of your body, or you need this very intimate care, so someone's going to be able to help wash you up, get you dressed, and get you going for your day. Well, maybe that person finds a better paying job. So you trained them for however long, but you know what? They have needs too, and so they had to take a different job. And so then you have another person But then that person decides, after a day or two, that isn't really the right work for them either, because it can be demanding. I learn about MEPD. I learn about the ability for people that are employed to still remain on benefits to provide such care as getting out of bed to go to said job or to go to bed at night. But then I learn of the income limits.
I just finished my license with the state as a mental health counselor, and usually with that comes a nice pay bump. I can't accept it. It's just a disincentive to advance in employment. You just feel like you're going nowhere. You're not working towards anything.
These people that do this work, and this amazing lady next to me here, my caregiver Beth, they make it possible for us to stay at home and be in the community.
But a goal, as I said, is for him to live in his own place and receive the supports he needs.
Anything can happen to anyone at any time. Living with a disability, it has its difficult times. It's not that bad. I guess I'm an optimistic, positive person with a good attitude, a good outlook on life. But with everything that I've accomplished, I feel as though that purpose is what drives me every day.
They say you cannot do it. You have to call somebody and tell them you can do it. Everything is possible.
There you go.
There
That's
we
true.
go.